What is up, Quotables listeners? Welcome to another holiday-themed episode of Quotables. I am Lex, joined by Ernie. Ernie, come on in, buddy.
Hello, dude. How are you today?
I'm doing just fine. How about yourself?
I'm doing really well, dude. I'm still getting into that Christmas spirit right now, dude. I've been watching a ton of Christmas movies, and I don't know. How's it been with you, man? Have you just been like every day?
I have been what they say binging Christmas movies from all over the place, and and then today, for today's episode, I just thought about this movie, 8 Crazy Nights, and this was 2002. I kind of forgot about this movie a little bit. I don't know how I remembered it, but yeah, we're doing it. It's an Adam Sandler cartoon, which is our first venture into the Adam Sandler territory. So it's gonna be like, whoa.
It's funny is that this movie was just like me with Four Christmases, was one of the ones you wanted to tackle first back when we did the first last season of Quotables Christmas. Mm-hmm. And you were like, I want to do 8 Crazy Nights, and we're like, maybe we should just do the classics first, and then we'll get into it. And now we're getting into it, dude. I have not seen, we'll get into it, but I have not seen this movie in many years, bro.
Yeah, may I just say it did not age very well.
No, it didn't. It's crazy. Yeah.
Watching it now, I'm just like, I'm like, it still has its moments, but I'm like, God, I remember this being way funnier when when it came out, I was 10 years old.
Yeah.
So, it makes sense. And now seeing it, at my age, I'm just like, and it's a short movie.
Yeah, it's like an hour.
It's like an hour, 15 minutes. I'm like, that's rare. Let's get into it, shall we?
Yeah, definitely we should.
Will you join me?
Please, take the reins and take
the reindeers.
So I'll get into it just a little bit. Let me give you guys a little, just what the movie's about here. Yeah, the little synopsis here. So we got Adam Sandler, who plays Dave, right?
Davey Stone.
Davey. Well, Davy's, yeah. But so the movie basically follows him, or it basically revolves around him. But he's really not the main protagonist. The main protagonist, at least in my opinion, is Whitey.
Well, he's not a protagonist. He's an antagonist.
He's antagonist, exactly. And
he's like the Scrooge of this Adam Sandler movie.
Yes, sorry. Yes. And no, you're good. I'm glad that you brought that up. Yes, flip the tube. No, I'm glad that you brought that up, because I think I was texting you prior to the podcast. I was like, dude, this movie reminds me of like what the Grinch, Christmas Carol, and this combination of a character. That's what he is. And like throughout the whole film, he's very ill-spirited. And we'll get into that. But so we'll go back to the whole synopsis. So we got this main protagonist, he's really an antagonist, is Davey, played by Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler plays like 3 voices throughout the whole film. And he's just an alcoholic who's a mean drunk. And then you later find out that his parents were killed in a car accident. And that's why he's, always a drunk wreck. And, he always hates Christmas, because I guess it happened around that time.
Yeah, he used to be a really good kid, really good at basketball. They go into it later where... it's called the Miracle Game, where he scores all these points, but his parents weren't there. It's sad. Let me tell you.
It is sad, yeah. But it's crazy. When we'll dive into it, but when I got to that last part of his parents passing away, I was like, I didn't care. I was like, you were such a douche the whole movie. There was no redeeming quality for me, at least. And I think I can't wait to give you the full last review, but it's an interesting one.
Okay. Well, let's talk about the characters. So yeah, we have Davey, which is Adam Sandler. You guys know Adam Sandler. That's how he is. Very obnoxious, like you said. Loud, and he's just a total jerk. No redeeming qualities, but it's one of those, holiday films are usually like, okay, by the end of this movie, they're going to make him, redeem himself. Which he somewhat does, but like you said, yeah, you don't really care. I still cared about the sadness about with his parents, because I just have a lot, I'm not evil like you.
You're like, I have parents.
I'm just gonna have dad.
No. I feel I mean, it was very sad, but I still didn't care for the character. I think the situation was definitely it garnered that feeling, that emotionality, dang, he lost his parents, but the character was just so far gone for me throughout the whole film. I watched this movie twice today. to really grasp if I were to feel anything else again for him. And I was just like, damn, dude, I hate this guy, dude. No. Whitey is such a sweet little character, which Adam Sandler plays as well. And
let's talk about Whitey. I love Whitey. I like the sister. Her name is Eleanor. Both of them are sweet. Both played by Adam Sandler, of course. But their voices are just like, what is he? He's like, I can't even do his voice right now.
He goes, happy holidays.
He's a left foot in the right foot. He's just like an obnoxious, Jewish stereotype. That's what it kind of like. He seems like, but then he's not. He's not. But it's Adam Sandler, so he's making like a. He's like, but even Eleanor's like,
it's so funny because that character, like right as you meet him, you know that he's like the laughing stock. Even in the first scene, right? He's at not the first scene, but it's the first introduction to Whitey and Adam Sandler. He's in court. We haven't gotten to the beginning of it, but they're in court and people are already laughing at Whitey. And you're like, okay, so he, without even watching the film, you're like, he's the laughing stock of the whole town.
He's a town mistreated. Fool. He's the
exactly, fool. Yeah. But he's such a nice person, like genuinely warm-hearted, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and we get into it more. He does it. What he does as a job is he volunteers as a ref, but so just to make money, he does little odd jobs. Like you show him cleaning poop out of porta potties for just $1, like just really things that other people don't want to do, but he's willing to do it. And his whole arc here, he's trying to win this patch, which is like the recognition of this town. It's like the most important thing in the world to him. It's the 35th, and that's what he's like looking to grab. He's like, it's gonna be yours this year. This is yours, Whitey.
Yeah, that's cute, dude. It's cute. Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say, did we mention this is a musical?
Oh, that's right. We did not. No, we did not. Dude, there's only like 2 really good songs in the whole movie, at least in my opinion. The one where he sings about his childhood love, and then the one with Whitey is singing.
Technical foul.
Yeah.
Technical foul. I like that song. And then bomb. That's one of my favorites. I guess the love one's kind of cute too.
I love the love one. That's like my favorite.
Of course you do. So yes, this is the movie. So basically, Davey, he does some, destroys a tree, destroys a bunch of stuff because he's all wasted, and he's singing. He's like, I hate me, I hate love, some stuff like that. And he's in court, and they're about to sentence him to prison because he's done everything at this point. The judge is like, I've done this, I've done that, blah blah blah. You were such a good kid. What happened? Blah blah blah. And that's when little Whitey steps up to like take him in. He's like, why doesn't he do basketball with me, coach? Which he does. So he takes him under his wing, which Davey's not a fan of. But also, it's revealed Whitey is like, you said, he's lovable and all that stuff, but he's like really loves the holidays. Like he is like, Hanukkah, even though he's not Jewish, he celebrates Hanukkah for people, he's Christmas, everything. Like he's just very in the spirit. I think he loves the mall.
Yeah, I think at some point you find out that he's more into the spirit because the house he lives in with his sister, which we'll talk about later, is Eleanor.
Let's talk about it now.
Well, with Eleanor, right? His sister, they live together, and outside their house is like super decorated with a bunch of Christmas ornaments and just a bunch of stuff.
And you gotta wonder how he does all that by himself because I don't think there's anybody helping him because nobody likes him.
Everyone's a jerk. Everyone's a pretty bitch.
He's the only guy that looks out for everybody except for himself. He's not selfish.
I wanted to mention that I didn't even realize was Jackie Sandler comes out in the movie. That's Adam Sandler's wife. I didn't know her voice. I know the actress. Excuse me, the actor. And I remember seeing her. I was like, oh my God, that's his wife. Like I figured out. I was like, oh, jeez, that's crazy. All this time.
Yeah, she has a pretty good voice. No, yeah, it's cute. So yeah, this is the whole thing. He takes him to do the basketball, and of course he's reluctant, and he treats Whitey as expected like crap, but like everyone does. Whitey when they go to the mall, like he's all, that's when you get Jennifer, which is the wife, revealed that, the little song you mentioned that you like about the love story. They used to have a little fling because they're on the same basketball team, but they sing later. She's like, he lost it because obviously the parents died. So he just totally changed personalities. And it's a sad story,
Yeah, I mean, the parents died because someone lost control during black ice or white ice. I forget what they call it.
Black ice.
Black ice. So with the black ice, I get, you can't see it, and it just, the car got out of control, hit them, they died. But for some reason, I didn't understand this, Lex. If you can see if you can shed some light on this, they leave him a letter which a police officer gives him as a kid. Was that in the vehicle with them when they died, or
that is a good
where did that come from?
Because I don't know.
Yeah, because I know later on you see it, and that's what makes them finally release all the his emotion. Sorry.
So I wonder if that was intact. Or they I don't know.
It survived the accident and later on the burning of the.
Yeah, I didn't think about it, and it's in very good condition the whole time.
The whole time, I was like, okay, makes sense. I was like, something's going on.
You're good.
Thank you. I overanalyze. I mean, what?
Oh, shit.
I analyzed this one for some reason. I don't know why that little detail just kind of was like, oh, something.
Yeah, I didn't even catch that.
Something's up with this little letter. Like, where did it come from? It was the cop who wrote it.
That is all.
It was never the parents.
And and it's like one of the talking ones because it sings to him. No, I'm kidding.
I love that little scene with the last part when he's at the mall.
Little baby, can't you see? So anyway, we're all over the place.
That's all right, dude. I don't mind. I feel like this movie literally itself is all over the place. There's no way for us to kind of go scene by scene by scene and then really kind of tell you. This is one of those just, it's like there's just so much to discuss in one scene because they're singing, they're telling a story, and then things are happening in the background. Like at some point in the beginning of the movie, he's drunk and then he starts humping his car and then he takes off on that little cylinder, right? And then he's talking about things he's doing to people, and he gives a guy a Charlie horse while he's going.
He's a mess, bro. He's a mess. So when you start kind of seeing a little bit of him being nice is when he plays basketball with the Jennifer's son, which that's not explained either. Jennifer just has. I mean, I'm assuming she's divorced, right?
Yeah, Whitey says that he left her for a girl on the internet or something.
Really?
Yeah, that's all he says. Yeah, it's when they're at the mall. Yeah, and then he sees her butt, and then he goes wow, she's got something sugar in the back or something.
Oh yeah,
and then he goes technical foul. Technical foul.
That's a lady.
That's a lady. I do want to say something because, obviously this is Adam Sandler. He uses a lot of, it's his voice. He does a lot of the characters for every other movie. That character he does again in the movie Little Nicky, which I don't believe you've seen yet, right?
I've seen Little Nicky before.
Okay,
but
you have? Okay.
It's been quite some time.
Okay, so at one point in that film, there's a referee. Mm-hmm. And it's the exact same voice, a technical foul, but it's not Adam Sandler. It's some other guy. But I just always remember that when I was listening to it, I was like, oh shoot, it's funny.
That's interesting. He tends to use those little voices kind of the same.
Of course,
it's his thing. It's your shtick. So yeah, he plays with first he's playing with Whitey, but Whitey gets knocked out. Apparently he has seizures all the time. So he plays with the kid because he has to watch him because he's mom had to work a double shift today. But
when he's hyping himself up to play, because he takes them to the basketball court, right? And those guys are playing, and then Adam Sandler or Davey is drunk, and he's like, "Oh, I can beat them with you or whatever." And he's like, "I want to see you try a drunk and an old man or whatever, right?" And then Whitey gets the ball when he's playing, and they're shirtless, but he's super hairy.
Fuzzy.
And then
he's all, no traveling, bounce it twice. he's all, look for your open. There is.
Oh my god, dude! Whitey's so sweet. But his little voice,
the whole time, he just, he is sweet. And also he has one large foot, and I don't even know what that is, but he has
one small foot,
It's a little strange.
It's funny. There's that in that one scene when you find out about the feet. Adam Sandler says something about the feet, and then he turns around and he's putting on a jock strap. I think it's called the jock strap, right? And then, like his ass cheeks are really super white and hairy too. And he goes, "Jesus, you got 2 Persian cats on your ass." Oh my god! Dude,
I don't know why he's such a hairy little man.
I don't even know why I am.
He's like a yeti. Oh,
here we are.
So yeah, he plays basketball, and then the bet is that they have to eat a jock strap, and Adam Sandler, they have to eat that guy's jock strap. This big chubby guy working. He's
chubby dude. Yeah.
I want a tea. So obviously they lose. They win. Adam Sandler and this kid Benjamin, and then the guy has to eat the jock strap, and the guy's like, "Why are you eating that?"
Don't chewing on it.
That's disgusting. Like,
that's so nasty. I don't know why they would do that.
Yeah, it was just, I don't know, a lot of toilet humor kind of thing in this
definitely.
movie.
I think the one thing we didn't talk about was Rob Schneider is the narrator of the whole movie.
Oh yes,
and he also
Sweet
is
Rob
the
Schneider.
voice. He's also the voice of one of the Asian characters. And I wanted to talk to you about this because when I was younger, I didn't go see this movie in theaters, but it was always like there was a bunch of trailers, and I remember this one scene where Adam Sandler is he's gonna burp and he does that big old burp, and he's like the longest one, and then he's like, "Excuse me while I go take shower." I always remembered that, and I was watching and I'm like, oh my god, that brought me back. It's like, this is toilet humor, just like you were mentioning.
Yeah, and very racist.
Yeah.
That wouldn't hold up.
No, definitely. I think Rob Schneider does a lot of. I don't know where his ethnicity is, but he does a lot of Asian characters. That's like his shtick. He does a lot of things like that.
Throwback. Oh, yeah, maybe, I don't know. That's interesting.
Yeah, but I'm sure that wouldn't fly now, obviously.
Yeah, but he's a little soothing voice of everything. He's like, "Wow, Davy Stone." So anyway, they leave the basketball game, and first the little kid's all biatch, and then the mom gets all mad, and she's like, "What? I'm just having fun with the cat." And she's like, and that's when they have that little love song. And Adam Sandler, he lives in a trailer, which earlier were shown because Whitey drops him off and gets stuck in the woods. Doesn't even help him out. But then we get the Rangers push him out. The Rangers come out to his help a lot. They lick the ice because he gets. First of all, Adam Sandler pushes him when he's in a porta potty, and he's covered in
cleaning
poop.
Him, yeah. Oh yeah.
And then he sprays him when he gets frozen super fast. And that's when the
deer,
the reindeer started licking him. And I like the song about the love story though, because it's like, and that was long ago. When he goes,
yeah.
The only time I had sex was on the phone. And then
the glee, 1-800 boobies.
1-800 boobies. I was like, oh my gosh, this movie. I will admit though, I knew most of these songs. It's pretty good. Yeah, we would recite these songs.
Wait, I don't know if you answered this. How long ago since you've watched this movie? Also, it hasn't been recently then.
No, it hasn't been recently. It's been a long time. I know. I've seen it a couple times after it initially came out, but I really can't tell you. Probably I want to say like back in high school.
That's wild, bro. Yeah, because I had not seen this movie since it
which is
came
over
out.
Almost 10 years ago. Yeah, over 10 years ago.
Yeah, bro. So like you bringing it back to me, I was like, it's kind of like when you watch a scary movie and you watch these scenes that are like, dated in that time, you kind of it brings you back. This movie did that to me. I was like, oh my God, I remember this. And I don't know. I'm glad that you said that because I was like, then we're on the same page. We haven't seen this in quite some time.
It's been a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then his trailer's on fire because the guy eating the jockstrap is pissed.
He's still eating the jockstrap?
I know, he still has it in his mouth. It's like, bro, spit it out by now. He's really dedicated to the bet.
Yeah.
They didn't even say what would happen if Adam Sandler lost.
He would have ate the jockstrap.
I don't think so because he just said, "Oh, I need a jockstrap if you won," but they never did the terms of him. I don't know.
Well, I assume it would have been the same thing. It's not like
Yeah, but he wouldn't have ate the jockstrap. He'd been like,
no.
"Screw you, pal."
Yeah.
So he goes to stay with Whitey, and that's when, he goes to Eleanor, and they sing the little technical foul song. He's like, "If I want to walk around with an erection," she's like, "But I like to see it anyway."
Yeah.
But she's sweet. She's like, she's got a little trump.
I like the first introduction to Davy and Eleanor because, obviously the house burns, like you said, the mobile home. And then Whitey tells him, "Oh, you can stay with me and my sister." So they come in. Whitey kind of walks away and leaves Adam Sandler in the front of the door. And then Eleanor gets scared and she runs. He's like, oh my god! He's all, don't cut my legs off or something like that. And she gets a freaking like colander, a colander and a freaking spoon, and Whitey's like, no, it's he's gonna stay with us. It's something, and then like he's like, sir, if you're gonna kill us, please take out your wet shoes.
I'm a carpet. And she's like, oh, it's Davy Stone. She's like, the criminal.
Yeah. Oh my god.
But anyway, they do the little rules, which my favorite song is the technical foul one.
That's a good one. That's a really good song.
Yeah, and at the end they all soak their feet. They're just chilling, like, But he goes, I use this horn as a bong. He's like, adios, Tommy John.
Yeah.
But it turns out, he ends up helping him out, and it's like a really short montage of him like being nice to them. Only like literally like 3 things he does, and all of a sudden he's a nice guy. Like it's just like, I don't know. I guess he appreciates. I guess so. It makes more sense because at the end of the movie, when Whitey asked if he could do something for him, he's all, just make me feel like wanted on Christmas, like, you know what I mean? He's like, you got it, pal. So I guess that makes more sense. So he's staying with them during these times. So now he feels like he's needed and he's wanted. So that's why he lost his family. Yeah, that's why he gets. That's why he gets.
No, that's great. That's good insight. I
just thought about that
now. Wow! Look at this guy. That's his trick. He has great insight. Tommy John. I was actually, it's funny is I was thinking that it was the reason that they showed you the scene of Whitey and Adam Sandler, Davey being so kind to them for like those moments was to show you how good of a person Whitey has been. Because not up till then, like, you kind of understand that he's a good person and he's helping everyone, but not till that moment he's really helping Adam Sandler, like or his character, right? Yeah. And so like it starts to show that he's helping everyone else, and then he's he helps the kid, watches the kid during basketball while the mom works a double. Yeah, you kind of start to see all these like little things, and so that's what I was thinking. But I think I like yours a lot better. Definitely makes sense.
Doesn't make sense. Thank you. So everything's fine and dandy, and then they're at the ice rink, and then the story of his parents is revealed, which Davey doesn't like, but Eleanor's like, what? I want to hear more of the story. No, my favorite, she's like, I understand the comma around my hot dog, but why don't I put a stick around it?
She's trying to cut the stick, I think, here too.
Oh, and also she has like this whole arc of trying to figure out who stole her wig when she was younger.
Oh, that's right.
That's like a thing. She's like, are you the guy who stole my wig?
Yeah, she's like, unless I'm still shaking.
I'm still shaking. So they tell the story, and it is a sad story. I was like, then the part we were talking about where you mentioned to me where he does the robot, he's like, that makes me want to do the robot. He's like, because he has a little love with the girl. So it's revealed his parents are dead. He gets the letter, which is the only thing he salvaged from the fire. That's like his one thing, but he has never opened it. And it's sad. So like after that, his life began to spiral. But I wonder, like, oh no, they say he mentions he went to an orphanage, right?
Yeah, until he was in an orphanage. Yeah, until he was 18.
So and then that's when he just kind of just lost his way. So all of a sudden, when he tells the story, he gets super pissed off. And he's like, oh, you don't even exist to Whitey. And that part was sad. I was a little heartbroken. But let me mention a little scene that I always remember just dying at. So, when Whitey's on the skate rink and he's like, doing sweet ass little tricks.
Yes.
And then he comes to the where Eleanor and Davey are. He's like, can you help me up, pal? And he picks him up. He goes.
In his little legs, right? Yeah, I remember that.
It's just such a. It did not have to be there, but it was just there, and that so part just made it so good. I was like, how do you even? He's. So anyway, Davey's pissed. He takes off, and that's when he's like, it's he has his little drunken rage, and he goes to the mall to like break in. And then that's when all like the advertisements, come down. Foot Locker, Panda Express, KB Toys. Remember KB Toys?
Yeah, dude.
Radio
I wanted
Shack.
to talk about that, dude. This movie was ads. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like
yes,
at that,
yes.
I was like, oh my god, like how did they get they got C's Candy? I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
J&C. Well, but I mentioned, remember in the beginning when they first go to the mall, when Whitey he's talking. and he's rhyming everything. He's some more chicken at Panda Express.
Oh yeah, he's like Asbaro. Yeah,
and he's like, oh, that was kind of weird, wasn't it? But you're right. Like it's just all like he's advertising.
It's all ads. Yeah, it's interesting. I was like, when I was watching that, I'm like, I wonder if obviously it's a movie. It's a big movie. Like these advertisements paid for this movie. To be honest with you, that's
most likely. Well, yeah, he goes in there, and that's when everything starts coming out. And one of our favorite things that we always say, because like the Victoria's Secret dress comes out, she's like, oh, I've been tossing and turning, and the JNC guy goes, yeah, I was watching.
It's funny is like, oh man, this was like years ago when me and Lex used to work together. Mm-hmm. He used to always mention this scene to me. Like we would be doing something, and then he would be like, yeah, I was watching. And I was like, where's that from? He's all 8 Crazy Nights. And then I never got to see it till now, that's even more wild than anything.
Yeah, dude. So they're all singing to him, right? They're all like, oh, they're tired of you being a dick. Obviously, he's hallucinating. I don't even know how the hell this is happening. But then
I want to talk about hallucinations.
They wanted to get him to cry. But go ahead.
Yeah. Sorry. You know that I was going to tell you about this, but you know that scene where Whitey gets stuck because his car is stuck in the snow, and then the deers help push him. I thought that he was inhaling so much of the car. What's that like? I forget what it's
exhaust
called.
Or like
the exhaust, because he goes like
carbon monoxide,
and then that's why he sees the freaking deer. What if he's dead? Dang, conspiracy theory.
Damn, another conspiracy. It's like Grease all over again.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. That was my first thought.
It's a yeah. No, who knows? You never know. You never know if you don't ask. You never ask if you never tell. I don't know. I don't know that meant.
I don't know. It sounds like Dr. Seuss here. Continue though, please.
So yeah, and so they want him to cry, and they bring out. We finally get to see what the Hanukkah card is. And it's his parents just loving it. They do a little sweet song. They're all, don't ever change a beautiful sun. And, he's crying, and that's what it finally gets him. So the cops come in to, like, arrest him, but, he ends up nunchucking him. For some reason, he likes it's always doing something sexual. Like, he has to put his hand on someone's pants. Or then, in this case, he has them, humping each other, or something like that.
Yeah.
Which he's got some sweet little skill for a drunk or a guy.
A drunk dude, yeah.
So he takes off where the annual ball's happening, and for some, and it's revealed. I think I showed it earlier too, but Eleanor is strapped down to the back seat because I don't know, she's just a fear. I don't know what it is.
I think she has fear of going out. That's why, when we were talking about when they first introduced her and Davey, she gets so worried. I'm sorry.
She's worried of the outside world, I think.
Yeah, when we first get introduced to Eleanor, and Whitey, that they live together, she's like, I called the morgue. They said to check back in an hour. Remember that?
Yeah. She's super yeah.
And it's because she's so scared of just losing him, and obviously the outside world, like you stated. And I think it has to do with the wig. Do you remember? Because the guy, or I don't know if it was a kid or whatever. Because they prank call her as well.
That's it. But and then again, that's when we see this guy. And she comes out all dolled up, and then and I mentioned it's funny that little Whitey can barely see over the car.
He's like this.
I'm like, I don't know what this guy drive. Yeah, and then that's when that guy comes up. He's like, oh, Eleanor? And it's actually the guy who stole her wig. And he's like, oh, I want to return it for you. I feel so bad. She drop kicks him, and of course she puts his hand in his pants. It's just the thing. It's the thing to do because it's the thing to do. So she switches the thing.
Kind of like they did to Whitey, right? When he gets knocked out in the basketball tournament. Mm-hmm. And he's I got my finger in your mouth, kitty, but you have no teeth.
Oh, yeah.
But it's his butthole.
So weird.
So good. We didn't talk about that.
I know, you're right. Oh my gosh.
I'm so sorry, dude. He's all, but you have no teeth. He's all passed out.
Oh god.
Continue.
We didn't mention too, the Asian guy goes, I looked at the real Christy Tabaguchi. But yeah, so
because the wig falls on his head. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
So they're at this banquet, everyone's getting ready, and he's super excited for this badge. Oh, this is my year. I feel it. Don't get your hopes up, all right. And then this is all this stuff's going on in this little banquet, and the little lobster, she's like giving out lobster bibs in the bathroom. She's like, that's a germ-free for your tushy. She's like, oh, I'll just use it here then.
He's like, oh, it feels so clean. What did she say?
She's like, my tushy is germ-free and I like it.
Oh, that's weird.
That's so dumb. All this is happening. Davey, I guess he's going to New York. I think that's where he's going. The bus driver's
trying to run away to New York.
The business is like, business or pleasure. He's like, you're one of them hippy dippy fellas.
He's like, are you on those shrooms or something? Because he's like, oh, I see what you're trying to show me. Because he sees some Hanukkah thing. So
because the bus, 8 tires get busted out with a thumbtack right in front of the where the ceremony's taking place, which gives Davey his little like, oh, this is my sign. I got to go make things right. And the thing is, it's funny because like the bus driver I'll have this fixed up in 30 minutes. Like 8 flat truck tires, you're not gonna get that done for like you're gonna have to get that towed, bro.
Oh, I know. And then also like and also, he's in the snow.
And also Davey was the only one on the bus.
That's true.
Like this guy's really traveling all this way just for one guy. Like I don't know.
I think it's a small town too. You know what I mean? So it's like
I know, but I mean, if he's really trying to run away, probably. He's not gonna. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. These plot holes. Damn cartoons don't make sense. So yeah, he goes to go see this little thing, and then the reindeer come help him out to like block him from the cops because he's like, "No, fellas, he's all here. Let me give myself a wedgie or some stupid shit." And so anyway, they're doing the patch, and like, okay, the mayor, it's just so extra, bro. Like the joke he tells is like, "Oh, I always have a good joke," and he mentions like he was working at the hardware store. So like, is he the mayor and works at a hardware store? But
I don't even know, dude.
But I mean, it would kind of make sense in a way.
Yeah, it's a small town, right? So.
Small town. I mean, you're a mayor, but it's not that. Like, have you ever seen Schitt's Creek?
No, I haven't, but I've actually I've seen one episode, but don't know much about it. Yeah,
you should watch it. Well, yeah, the mayor he's kind of that way. It's a small town.
The mayor is the guy with the big bushy eyebrows. Yeah.
No, it's the dude it's the guy with the little hand from Scary Movie 2. He's the mayor.
That's even sweeter.
You gotta watch that show.
Awesome.
It's a good show.
Yeah, I should.
Schitt's Creek on every Sunday at 9. No, I'm kidding. No, it's not even on anymore.
Hey, and this is the now. Let me tell you guys an ad here, brought to you by Quotables. Use code.
Brought to you by Quotables.
I'm just kidding.
So, yeah. But anyway, and he goes, he's all knock knock. They're who there? And he's like, don't you? No, don't you? He's all, don't you wish I wasn't so busy at the darn hardware store so I can come up with a good one? And then I'm like, everyone's just going nuts. But I love this part because like Eleanor, she's dancing. She's like, and Whitey's like on the table. And the Asian guy's like slamming his head.
Yeah, and he gets undressed too.
Yeah, he like rips off his shirt.
God, what's that dude's name? Freaking Rob Schneider. Oh, his name is. Well, his name is Chinese waiter. He has no.
I mean, you don't know.
That's just what he is.
So they're finally going to reveal the patch, and it goes to John Lovitz's character, the dude with the hook.
That's right. Yeah, John Lovitz. He's a sweet guy.
And he has a sweet little speech, but Whitey's super sad, and he leaves, and he hears the echo of Davey saying, "No one knows you exist."
Oh yeah.
Even like Jennifer and her cut are like super sad too because they really wanted Whitey to win.
Yeah, I want him to win. Yeah.
Even Davey, he's like, he feels even more horrible. So they leave.
Well, I want to say something back with John Lovitz's character. He has a hook for a hand. We didn't talk about that, but then like he does a joke, and he, you know how people slap someone's back. He starts like he has the hook, so he's like stabbing.
He says that
the mayor.
He does that because Davey walks in, which I don't know why he didn't walk in when Whitey was still in there. He waited for him to leave to go in there. But he tells a joke. He's all, "Oh, Whitey should have won the patch," and then he's all, "Why would he give him the patch so he can use it as a blanket?" And that's when everyone's laughing. And that's when he's doing the hook.
And that's when he's stabbing him. Yeah.
The mayor's but yeah,
and I do want to say something about all the cast before we move on. So we got John Lovitz. We just spoke about Lovitz. I can never say his name. We got Rob Schneider, Kevin Nealon.
He's the mayor.
We got freaking Blake Clark, Peter Dante. We got like basically all the like usual suspects we always see in Adam Sandler movies.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Which is pretty sweet because I didn't when I saw the movie, I didn't look into the characters. I was just like, I'm gonna watch the film and then see what's up. And then I could hear the guy. I forget the main character from Grandma's Boy. What's his name?
Oh yeah, I forget his name too.
Yeah, he comes out. You can hear him. He's like a police officer or something. But you can hear him in the background. And I was like, oh my god, it's that dude from that. And it's like him. And I was like, oh, there's
It's
all
all
these.
them. The only one missing is the dude with the cross-eyed. He's all. Just kidding. You know what I'm talking about? That guy's always in him.
Yeah. I mean, he's probably there. We just didn't even notice.
So, the Sandman, he starts singing his song about Whitey, Whitey stating his case, and one of my favorite songs is "Bomb Birdie Birdie." But it's a sweet little song. Everyone is realizing, how they've done Whitey wrong. That one guy that makes them sit on the TV while they watch football. The lady that tricks him by going to the prom is like, so she ran home and she slow danced with his mom. And then remember he squeezes the mom's ass. He's like, she's like, oh. Which I don't know why the mom is not super short, but I don't know. Anyway, they all dance, and that's when they, it's a good song, and I like that song, especially when the Jennifer's just like, the mat's tattooed, and the little son goes, and a Christmas Eve. You know what I'm talking about? He just gets down real hard.
They're feeling it.
They're all bomb, and these guys all bomb. I don't understand. I mean, maybe there's something more to that phrase. I don't know.
It's probably something. Yeah, it has something to do maybe with the Jewish thing or something. Possibly. I
don't know.
And then that lady with the 3 boobs.
Oh, the triple nipple.
The triple nipple. This is triple nipple. No. She's feeding babies later on, 3 of them at once. Jesus. So
we get Whitey. He goes to the mall because it's the one place that cheers him up, and he's hoping it's open, which it is because Davey was in there. Which for somehow the window's not broken anymore. However he got in there. So he prays for his miracle. He's just like, oh, he's like, maybe I should just go to town. Nobody knows I exist. It was sad. And I was like, oh,
very sad. Of course, I'm all smiling about it, but it wasn't nothing to smile about. You genuinely feel it. You genuinely feel really, really sorry for the guy, and it adds on as the story progresses, which is why I was telling you guys in the beginning was that he is the main protagonist. Definitely, he's the main protagonist. He's the one that you throughout the whole movie you kind of want to see more of. Obviously Adam Sandler is dealing with, or Davey is dealing with his own stuff, but you genuinely care more about Whitey, and I think that's the whole thing. That's his. We said there is no redemption arc, at least for me, in my opinion. I didn't feel it, but this is his redemption arc to help the most. A person that I guess you can say is on a similar boat as Davey, someone that isn't noticed, someone that was left behind in a sense. He dealt with his parents being killed, or his parents being murdered by the car accident, and him being in the orphanage and all that, and so and Whitey always wanting to be loved by everyone, and I think he thinks that the patch would help him. And I don't know. There's this definitely.
The patch is going to give him that closure, oh, people do know who I am. They do appreciate what I do.
Exactly. And so I think that's kind of why they basically kind of coexisted a little bit together in that grand scheme of things.
Yeah. Might I say, when I was watching this and my girlfriend was watching it too, she was like, I don't want to watch this. They're so mean to that old man. And I'm like, that's the point.
Dude, I agree with her, man. Yeah, dude, I was watching and I was like, dude, I was so off put by it. I was like, I don't want to watch this.
This is
but I have to stick out. I have to stick out.
You stuck it out for the listeners.
Definitely. For you guys, the audience.
The audience. So yeah, Davey's there, and everyone ends up being there, and they end up, we didn't realize, you were the most important person. They all throw him his patch, and he thought, it's your moment, Whitey. But that's when, Whitey's like, Stone, how do I get rid of you, Stone? He's like, how do I, forgive you? He's all, and that's when he tells them just make sure, I feel needed and wanted during the holidays. He's like, you got it, bub. And he goes, what is the thing he sings? He's all, I don't ever want this night to end. And then he has one last seizure, of course. And he's like, this is the happiest seizure I had in my life. Yeah. And then it ends.
Here comes Hanukkah.
Was that the song?
Oh, yeah, it's a song that he did in Saturday Night Live, I think, a long time ago.
For sure. It's the the Sandman for it.
Yeah.
8 crazy nights. And what 8 crazy minutes we had with this. What do you think?
All right.
What's your final review that everyone was so excited to hear?
So this isn't a like it, love it, or rewind it for me. This is one of the first films that I will genuinely tell you guys I don't think I'll watch again.
You'll never.
No, I probably will if it ever comes out somewhere and it's, but I don't think I'll ever like go look for this.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is one of the there's a Christmas movie for everyone. Like, there's Bad Santa, there's that raunchy comedy. There's like, there's a bunch of things. That's the one thing I do want to say is I love that there's a lot of holiday movies. That's awesome. I don't think you could ever have enough. There's something for everyone. If it's not for you, it's for someone else. And I think someone will enjoy this movie. It's very toilet humor, very dark, very, sad. And I think that's just a testament to how I like to view my content. I don't really enjoy this kind of movie for the holidays. I remember just feeling like, dude, geez. I was like, God, this is making me feel sad. Like at this time, dude, I want to be happy, man. But I thought it was okay, and I'm glad I got to see it again, because I hadn't seen it in such a long time. But this isn't recommended at all for me, or any,
Wow.
And I'm sad.
First
but I do love
ever.
Yeah, first ever. But I did enjoy, I did enjoy watching it for what it was at the time. But it's not something
what was
I
it?
would. Well, what was it? I just thought some of the comedy and some of the lines. I think I was able to appreciate a lot more because I know you enjoyed it a little bit more than I did, and I think that's just because you're a friend of mine. So but if we weren't friends, I wouldn't like it.
A friend in need is a friend indeed.
But what are your thoughts, man? What are your thoughts? Like I genuinely want to hear you say that you love this forever.
No, actually, now watching it now, like I said in the beginning, this did not age well for me. Like I was like, this isn't as funny as I remember it. It was still like enjoyable, but you definitely have to be an Adam Sandler fan if you want to really enjoy this movie. Because other than that, I don't know who this movie is for. And I'm not really the biggest Adam Sandler fan anymore. As I used to like him, but now it's like at the time, as a 10-year-old, I was like, yeah, it's great, because I'm 10, I don't know better, I don't know about the kitty with the no teeth in my mouth. So yeah, I don't think and like you said, I don't think I would watch it again. If it was on in the background, okay, but like
that's
even
funny.
like
That's our first together like this.
Yeah,
That's
I don't say I hate it.
No, definitely.
But I also
not.
wouldn't recommend it. But like I said, I would recommend if you're an Adam Sandler fan and you haven't seen it, then it's right up your alley. It's an hour and 15 minutes, maybe even less, maybe an hour and 10 because I watched and there were some ads that came on. That were longer than the movie.
The IMDb one. You saw it on Amazon.
Yeah, I saw it on that.
Too. I was like, thank God that there was somewhere to watch it. I'm like, I don't want to buy this.
No.
I don't want to try to find this somewhere.
Yeah, don't. So yeah, if it's free and available to you, check it out maybe. But yeah, if you want to be really in the holiday spirit, probably not this movie's for you.
No,
because
I do want to.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, continue.
It's just not that kind of cheery. I mean, I still felt a little cutesy because Whitey enough is a worth it character, but other than that, you're just gonna be like, this guy's a dick.
I do want to say one thing, and I'm a big, or not the biggest, but I'm a pretty big fan of Adam Sandler. I do love a lot of his movies. I do want to preface that before we kind of move on from this, but I like a lot of the new stuff that Adam Sandler does. I know a lot of people didn't, like Ridiculous Six and all the stuff he did on Netflix. Like oh my God, what is it, Huey, or what is that new the Christmas movie that he just did?
Oh, I can't keep up anymore, dude.
No, yeah. So like I genuinely enjoyed those movies. I remember like checking, like, just go with it, Grown-Ups, everything that's new I watched and I enjoy, dude. But this one just wasn't up my alley. It wasn't something that I was looking for in Adam Sandler. I guess I don't like him when he's being mean. It's like Jack and Jill, that movie, like everyone hates.
Ooh, I don't know about that one.
You know what I mean? That's a really, really disliked Adam Sandler movie, but I thought it was okay, but I did not enjoy it. It's like this. It's like, I'm not going to recommend it. I'm not going to probably watch it again, but it was okay.
Interesting. Well, sorry for wasting your time asking. I hope you stuck with us.
He's like, I'm sorry that we didn't like the movie, so you didn't like the movie. No, you guys should definitely. Like we said, we don't recommend it, but you guys should check it out if you feel the need to, right?
Yeah.
That you're like we always say, you're your own reviewer. You know what you like. Everything is subjective, right?
Mm-hmm.
So definitely check it out if what we said intrigued you enough. Check it out.
Check it out.
But for us, we're.
Yes. Okay. Well, good.
This
good.
is two Persian cats in Lex's ass.
You like that, huh? So yeah. So
I do.
that wraps up the episode. Hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't, then tough cookies. Just kidding. Well, see us on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, all that good stuff. We are there for you. If you have any questions, catch us next week for another holiday themed episode. Ernie, you got any last closing words for the people?
Definitely. As always, I would love to thank the audience for tuning in every week. We do appreciate you guys listening. I know there's a little bit of you, but I love that there's that, we have that small base of people listening. It's awesome. Believe you me. We do it for you.
Wait, what? Oh
I don't know what I was trying to say.
Believe you me. That's a first. That's a first.
That's a first right there, guys. No, but yeah, thank you guys for listening. We always have fun, depending even the terrible movie. Great movie. Rewind it, love it. Whatever freaking Cold Stone does it.
I like that. But yeah, thanks again. So catch us next week again. We are the Quotables boys. I am Lex.
And I am Ernie.
We will see you next time.
Goodbye.
Bye.